Here I have three different Omega models. By looking at their movement, can you spot which one belongs to a Seamaster? You'll probably have a hard time guessing which movement belongs to which model if you're not familiar with vintage Omega watches. Hi guys, and welcome back to a new episode with me, the Omega Enthusiast. I get asked the following question all the time, and that is, which is a better Omega watch to own? Is a Constellation better than a Seamaster watch, or is a Seamaster better than a Geneve model? In this episode, I'll explain everything you'll need to know and help you solve your uncertainty. So let us get started. Before you even go out and shop for the following watches, you must understand these models' production years and what sort of movement they take. You cannot just say, oh, I want to buy an Omega Constellation watch because I heard that they are the best, and begin searching and shopping for one. You will end up getting confused and lost in the process, as there are many kinds of Constellation out there. First thing, you'll need to understand that Omega introduced their Constellation line in 1952, the first Seamaster in 1948, and the first Geneve around 1954. About 99% of Constellation model will come with automatic movement, whereas Seamaster and Geneve exist in both manual wind or automatic equally. The first thing that you'll need to know is the transition between movement. For instance, the automatic movement inside a 1952 Constellation will be completely different from a 1962 Constellation. Here I've created a chart to elaborate. I may have missed a few caliber or two in this chart, but it won't affect what I am about to explain. As you can see, before 1955, Constellation and Seamaster came with automatic bumper movement, and Geneve only exists with manual wind movement. From 1955 onward, Omega introduced their first full spin rotor automatic movement under the 470 and 500 series calibers. Throughout this chart, manual wind movement remains relatively the same in quality-wise, with a slight modification here and there. However, from 1959 onward, Omega created one of their best automatic movement upgrades, the 550 and 560 series caliber. To learn more about these calibers and have a deeper understanding, please watch this video from the link above. From looking at this chart, you can see that Constellation models have their specific calibers, whereas Seamaster and Geneve models interchange their calibers. They even use Constellation calibers in some of their models as well. The only time when a Seamaster or Geneve uses a Constellation caliber is for their chronometer models. The question now is, what makes a Constellation caliber different from all other calibers? Well, a Constellation movement has been temperature tested and gone through many other accuracy tests. But of course, these are no longer factors since they are vintage watches. Let's go back to 1952 when Omega created their first bumper automatic Constellation, which used caliber 354. Notice on the Seamaster column, it also uses a caliber 354. A Seamaster also uses caliber 351, which is no different from caliber 354. They use the same balance wheel, train wheel, setting parts, mainspring, and many other identical parts. I am trying to point out that the movement between Constellation, Seamaster, and Geneve are all just as great. When it comes to buying a vintage watch, make sure the movement condition is in great shape. That is most important in my opinion. The primary purpose of wearing a watch is to tell time. As a watchmaker, I can tell you that a proper service job will give you the same accuracy rating regardless of the watch model. Once again, that means Constellation, Seamaster, and Geneve are just as great and accurate. Now that you know the watch model makes no difference to its performance, what makes a Constellation more expensive than a Seamaster and Geneve? There are two main reasons why one model is considered more expensive than the other. Many people assume that a Constellation must take a better mechanism and perform better than a Seamaster, and that a Seamaster must perform better than a Geneve, which is untrue. Secondly, you are paying for the model design and the model itself. In other words, you are paying more money for how the watch appears. To save a lot of money, get yourself a simple looking vintage Omega Geneve watch at the end of the day. A Geneve can be many times less expensive and it will perform just as great or greater than a Constellation or Seamaster. I can elaborate a lot more, but I'm afraid it would take a few hours to watch this video. Therefore, I've summarized this video as short as I can, but at the same time can still manage to provide you guys with as much crucial information as I can. The primary purpose of this video is to educate anyone who is new to this hobby or just looking to own a nice Omega watch. If you're new to this channel, make sure to watch my other educational video, as there is plenty of more great information for you to learn. Now everybody, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video on YouTube. I hope you found it educational and helpful. If you have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and drop me a comment down below. Make sure to hit on that thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm and helps this video trend a little better right here on YouTube. Making one of these videos takes up a lot of my time. You can always support my work on Patreon. Thank you for your continued support, and I will see you guys on the next video.